Have you ever faced a moment so devastating, so utterly crushing, that you thought, why me? Why is this happening? We've all been there, lost in a storm of confusion and despair, unable to see any light at the end of the tunnel. But what if I told you that every single setback, every heartbreak, and every detour is actually a carefully disguised setup for your greatest comeback? Stay with me, because today, we're going to explore a powerful truth that can transform the way you see your life. Everything happens for a reason. Let me tell you a story about a wise old farmer who lived in a small, remote village. He wasn't rich, but he was content with his life, his small farm, and his beloved son. His most prized possession was a beautiful, strong horse. One morning, the farmer woke up to find the horse had escaped. The villagers flocked to his home, their faces full of pity. "Oh, what terrible luck," they exclaimed. "How will you manage your farm now?" The farmer, calm as ever, simply looked at them and said, "Bad luck? Good luck? Who knows?" The villagers were puzzled by his response. A week later, the farmer's horse returned, and it wasn't alone. It brought with it a herd of a dozen wild, magnificent horses. The villagers were astonished and rushed back to the farmer's house. "You were right," they shouted. "It wasn't bad luck at all. You are so fortunate. Now you are a wealthy man." The farmer, still unmoved, just smiled and replied, "Good luck? Bad luck? Who knows?" His words hung in the air, a mystery to the villagers. A few weeks later, the farmer's son was trying to tame one of the wild horses. The horse threw him off, and the young man's leg was badly broken. The villagers gathered once more, shaking their heads in sympathy. "Oh, what a tragedy. This string of good fortune has ended in disaster. Your only son, now unable to help you." The farmer, with the same serene expression, said, "Bad luck? Good luck? Who knows?" Just a month later, war broke out. The king's army marched into the village, conscripting every able-bodied young man. Every son was taken away from his family, sent to the front lines. But when the soldiers came to the farmer's house, they saw his son with his broken leg and left him behind. The villagers, their hearts heavy with worry for their own sons, finally understood. They went to the farmer and said, "You were right all along. Your son's accident, which we saw as a curse, was actually a blessing in disguise." And the old farmer, looking out at his fields, simply nodded and said, "Bad luck? Good luck? Who knows?" This story isn't just a quaint folktale. It's a profound lesson about the nature of life. We are often so quick to label events as good or bad. We get a promotion, and it's good luck. We lose a job, and it's bad luck. But the truth is, we see such a tiny fragment of the bigger picture. We're like someone looking at a single thread in a massive, intricate tapestry, unable to comprehend the beautiful image it's a part of. Think about your own life. Can you recall a time when something you thought was the worst thing ever happened, only to realize later that it pushed you onto a path you were always meant to be on? Maybe a painful breakup led you to find your true soulmate. Maybe getting laid off from a job you hated forced you to start the business you always dreamed of. Or maybe a period of loneliness taught you to love your own company and discover your inner strength. These are not coincidences. The universe has a grander design, a plan that is often beyond our immediate understanding. Every challenge is a lesson. Every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. When we face a closed door, it's not always a rejection. More often than not, it's a redirection. It's the universe gently, or sometimes not so gently, nudging us and saying, "Not this way. I have something better in store for you over here." But it's hard to trust that, isn't it? When you're in the thick of it, when the pain is raw and the future looks bleak, it's almost impossible to believe that there's a reason for your suffering. That's when faith comes in. Not necessarily religious faith, but faith in the process of life itself. Faith that the dots will eventually connect, even if you can't see how right now. Steve Jobs famously said, "You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future." This trust is what gives you the strength to endure. It's the anchor that keeps you steady in the stormiest seas. When you believe that everything happens for a reason, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances. Instead, you become a student of life. You start asking different questions. Instead of, why is this happening to me? You start asking, what is this trying to teach me? What lesson am I supposed to learn from this experience? How can this make me stronger, wiser, and more compassionate? This shift in perspective is a game changer. It transforms problems into puzzles and setbacks into setups. You begin to see challenges not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones. Each one lifts you higher, giving you a better view of your journey. The pain you feel is not meaningless. It's growing pains. It's the discomfort of stretching beyond your old limits and evolving into a new, more capable version of yourself. Life isn't about avoiding the storms. It's about learning to dance in the rain. It's about finding the silver lining in every cloud. It's about trusting that even when you are lost in the darkest of valleys, you are being guided towards a peak you couldn't have reached otherwise. The broken road you're on might be the very path that leads you straight to your destiny. So, the next time you find yourself facing a situation that seems unfair or unbearable, I want you to remember the old farmer. Take a deep breath and whisper to yourself, bad luck? Good luck? Who knows? Release the need to label the situation. Release the anxiety of trying to control the uncontrollable. Instead, embrace the mystery. Trust the journey. Have faith that this moment, no matter how difficult, is a necessary chapter in your beautiful unfolding story. You are exactly where you need to be. Every scar has shaped you, every tear has cleansed you, and every challenge has prepared you for the incredible things that are yet to come. Don't despair. The universe is not against you. It's conspiring in your favor, weaving a masterpiece with the threads of your life. Trust the process. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this story resonated with you and you're ready to embrace a new perspective on life's challenges, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more motivational content. We're building a community of people who choose to see the good in every situation, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. Click that subscribe button now, and let's continue this journey of growth and discovery together.